The difference between literacy and mathematics is that we have a culture of literacy in the state where we want every child to be able to read by third grade. We do not have a culture of math. How many times have you heard people say, oh, I'm not a math person and therefore, without understanding that really every single one of us is a math person in our own way?
Well, a plan is in the works that could one day add up to better results for students across our state. In a new bill, Governor Ned Lamont is proposing a major revamp of high school math and is calling for new pathways by 2027 to better prepare students for college and their future careers.
Fox 61's Annette Montgomery walks us through a new report that shows right now too many students are falling behind the equation and what the state can do to fix it.
Before state leaders examine the problem with how math is approached in Connecticut classrooms, education advocates say we must first recalculate the state's approach.
We created a Center for Literacy Research and Reading Success. We need a similar math center, resourced at the state. We need support for our districts and their teachers, but also have that professional development that they need.
Stephen Hernandez with ConCan says their newly released report is a culmination of data collected by speaking with teachers, higher ed leaders, and businesses around the state. He says it shows the need for change is growing by the numbers.
Under half of our kids, about 42, 46, depending on the measure that you use, of our children are at proficient with mathematics.
And for specific populations, the gap is even wider.
So while we can say that under half of our children are proficient in math, we can't say even that about our children of color and kids living in poverty in the state. It's a crisis.
Without stronger math skills, education leaders say students may fail to take advantage of all the growing careers in our state.
You think about the insurance industries here in Hartford. You think about electric boat and the other engineering disciplines in the southern part of the state. You also think about entry-level jobs like machining. All of that is mathematics.
Governor Ned Lamont's proposal calls for high-quality instruction, more training for educators, and a push for math specialists in schools, all aimed at helping students find the right path.
Whether it is a path to calculus in college, whether it's a path to understanding how math works in finance, how math works in data, in actuarial, in all of the ways that we use math in our adult life, those pathways can really reveal themselves through a carefully calculated system here in the state of Connecticut.
The proposal still needs legislative approval. Hernandez tells me if changes aren't implemented to how math is taught in the state, we'll see students gain interest in other professions and leave Connecticut. In Hartford, Annette Montgomery, Fox 61.